Centuries after creation had been spoken into existence, the world seemed to be unraveling. Jerusalem had fallen. The temple, the symbolic meeting place of God and humanity, lay shattered. For the people dragged away into exile, it felt as though heaven itself had withdrawn, leaving them abandoned beneath a silent sky. But on an ordinary day by the river Chebar, the sky refused to remain silent. Ezekiel, a prophet in a foreign land, lifted his eyes, and the familiar dome of the heavens began to shift, not with clouds or storms, but as though the fabric of creation itself was stirring. The firmament, the same vast expanse spoken into existence in Genesis, appeared no longer passive. It shimmered with a crystalline hardness like polished ice glowing with its own inner light. Beneath that gleaming platform were creatures that defied earthly description, cherubim, not the gentle winged figures of art, but radiant beings of divine strength. They moved like living storms, wings beating with a sound like cascading waters, their bodies pulsed with fire, their forms merging animal strength and human likeness. The ancient world always saw cherubim as guardians of sacred spaces, the gatekeepers of the boundary between realms, and here they stood beneath the firmament, as though supporting the very structure of heaven. But Ezekiel's eyes were drawn upward, beyond the creatures, beyond their thunderous wings, to the platform above them, and there he saw it, a throne, not carved by human hands, not bound to a temple, a sapphire throne, glowing with a blue so deep it seemed to hold the memory of the first waters. Its brilliance was both fire and gemstone, a paradox of beauty and terror. Then Ezekiel saw something astounding, something that reshaped how humanity understood creation. Seated upon the throne was a figure, human in silhouette, divine in presence, radiant, burning like gleaming metal, surrounded by a rainbow-like radiance. Ezekiel realized that the creator who fashioned the universe, the one who spoke the firmament into being, now sat above that very expanse, ruling from a mobile throne of glory. This revelation was revolutionary. In Genesis, the firmament is the divider between the waters, the structure that creates the upper realm. In Ezekiel, that upper realm is opened for a moment, revealing not empty space, but a sovereign God enthroned above creation. The throne was not stationary. Beneath it, wheels intersected wheels, great gyroscopic orbs that moved without turning, glowing like molten gold. Covered in eyes, they hinted at a universe fully seen, fully known. Nothing escaped the gaze of the one who sat above the waters. The whole vision moved as a single unit, cherubim, wheels and throne, guided by a divine impulse. Creation itself seemed animated, alive, attentive to the throne that commanded it. Ezekiel understood right then what Genesis had only implied. The cosmos is not a cold mechanism. It is a realm ruled by a divine king whose authority extends beyond geography, beyond temples, beyond nations. The sapphire throne reframed everything. It declared that the fall of Jerusalem did not mean the fall of God's power. Exile did not mean abandonment. The Creator was not confined to stone walls or rituals. He moved across realms, seated above the firmament he himself created. With this vision, Ezekiel saw the unity between creation's architecture and God's sovereignty. The firmament was not only a divider of waters, it was the foundation of the throne of glory. The creator of Genesis did not step back after forming the universe. He remained intricately, powerfully present. Ezekiel realized, that creation is a temple, and God dwells not inside it but above it, ruling in majesty. The cherubim under the throne resembled the guardians embroidered into the temple's veil, suggesting that the entire universe is, patterned after heavenly realities. The wheels moved again. The throne ascended. Light pulsed across the crystalline firmament. The divine presence in majestic fire and radiance prepared to act. Ezekiel understood that creation was not static. Divine glory was not silent. The God who divided the waters and shaped the land was now dividing truth from falsehood, faithfulness from rebellion, preparing to restore what was broken. The universe Ezekiel saw was not an empty void. It was the court of a cosmic king. Genesis told of his power to create. Ezekiel witnessed his power to reign, to intervene, to judge, to fulfill promises. The same one who spoke light into existence now sat enthroned above the expanse, reminding humanity that creation has a ruler, one who never abandoned his throne.